name is Clara, and this is Viola, and we love 4-H. By far, our favorite thing to do about 4-H is the 4-H fair, because I love showing my chickens there, and she loves traveling. There's so many things about chickens, like, what do I want the chicken for? How do I take care of it? How do I identify them? And of course, like every animal, fun facts. The most common purposes of the chicken are eggs and meat. We use the eggs every day to make things like pancakes, and we eat the meat at places like Wendy's. However, some chickens are used for their beauty, like this one, and they use them for auctions and prizes at fairs, like the 4-H fair. To take care of a chicken, you have to make sure they have food and water each day. You have to make sure they have enough to at least make it through the day and fill it up the next day. But you also have to make sure they have something called grits. They're kind of like tiny pebbles, and they store them inside their body, which is kind of weird, but it's helping them digest the bigger pieces of food, and that's very important for them. You also have to make sure that they have enough protein, like any living animal, including us. They have to have protein to keep their body stable and help them. And then you have to make sure they have plenty of outside time in a controlled area like a run or even outside in your backyard. To identify chickens, you should always look at their combs and their feathers. A comb is kind of like a red thing that's on top of their head, like right here, kind of like our hairline. But hers is kind of hidden because of all this hair, like how you call it. Inside there's a V-shaped comb, which helps identify her as an Appenzeller Spitzhauben, as well as her iconic black and white feathers. You have to look up. If you find chickens and you're like, oh, I think it's this, then you should look up that chicken and make sure they have the same features. And these animals have tons of fun facts to their name, just like a lot of animals. Did you know there are chickens that on average weigh 10 pounds? That's bigger than a newborn baby. Maybe not, but it's still pretty big. Did you know the cute fluffy chickens that we all love are related to the ferocious T-Rex? They both have the same 3-pronged feet with very sharp nails. As long as you cut them, they'll be fine though. And did you know chickens can learn math like greater than and less than, shapes, and colors? It's crazy. You can even color a shape and then they'll pick that shape and not the other shapes. It's crazy. There are so many things that these little chickens can do, and I hope we, Viola and I, tickle your curiosity bone about them.